Hello, second grade Smarties, and welcome to Lesson 7, Day 3 for iReady Math. So this week we are talking about adding two-digit numbers, and we are also talking about regrouping ones to the tens place. So we are going to go ahead and hop right in. And today, if you see on our page and your page, we are going to be using an open number line. So let's go ahead and start. It says read the problem, then you will explore different ways to show addition. So here is our word problem. There are 48 students on bus A and 43 students on bus B. How many students are on both buses? So as always, when I have a word or story problem, I read it twice so I know what it's asking me to figure out. So I'm going to circle my parts and underline what it is telling me to do with those parts or whole. So let's go back and look at it again. It says there are 48 students on bus A. So I'm going to circle 48 and 43 students on bus B. How many students are on both buses? So if it's wanting us to put 48 and 43 together, are we adding or subtracting? We're adding, right? When I add, I combine two parts to make a whole. So we are adding 48 and 43. So the first way we can show addition is to picture it. We can use a drawing. So right here it says show each number with a quick drawing. It is easier to add when one number has no ones, so make a 10. So look at what they did right here. They made 48 plus 43. And 48, how many tens are there? There's 4 tens and how many ones? 8. And then 43 also has 4 tens, look at that first digit, and 3 ones. So the direction said that it is easier to add when one number has no ones. So what they mean is with our ones that we do have for 48 plus 43, if I were going to stack those like so, 48 plus 43, I have 8 ones and 3 ones. Well, 8 plus 3, let's pound and count that. 8, 9, 10, 11. I cannot have 11 in the ones place, right? So what we can do with our picture is we can take our ones, 2 ones from 43, and move it to make 5 tens with our first part. So friends, what this looks like is so. So if I have 8 ones and 3 ones, I'm going to leave my 1 left over, and I'm going to make a 10 and move it over to my tens place. So now I have 1 left over, and I move that 10 to make 50. So now 48 is turned into 50. So 4 plus 4 plus 1 more makes 9. So that is the original way that we can add, but we can also use the picture to show us too. So I'm going to erase this because we can also show it on a model. We can use an open number line. So with an open number line, we start with a part, and then we use our second part to get to our whole, right? So with our model here, with our open number line, we started with 48. It then says to add 2. Well, where is that 2 coming from? In 48 plus 43, 48 is staying the same, but we don't just add 43 to get to our whole, right? So we are taking 2 away from 43. So we have 43, and we're going to take 2 away so we can get to 50. So now we're down to 41. So we started with 48. We took 2 from 43 to get to that 50. Now, it's easier when we can just add tens. So then from there, we add 40 and count by tens until we get to 90. So starting at 50, I can count 4 more tens. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Remember, I'm still taking away from 40. So we have 41 left. We took another 40 away from that, and we had 1 left from our second part. So we had 90. So we added 2, we added 40, and 1 more makes 91. Now, friends, again, if this is a strategy that is not going to work best for you, do you need to use it? No, but with iReady, it really wants you to see how you can show different ways to model and solve these problems. So we could use an open number line to put parts that make it easier to add larger groups. So now we are going to connect it. So we just explained all of this. So it says to look at the picture it on the previous page. It says, why do you add 2 to 48? So looking over here, we have 48 and we added 2 more. What did adding those 2 more help us do? It helped us get to a group of 10, right? So we made a new group of 10. And that new group of 10 got us to what number? It got us to 50. So what does the drawing show? Fill in the blanks. So Miss Mason kind of showed this over here. But when we have 48 and we add those 2 more, we got to 50. But we took that 2 from our second part. So when we added the 2, we still took it away from our second part. Now that's a lot of remembering to add and subtract, right? So think about what strategy works best for you. Maybe an open number line is great. Maybe you can see making those groups of 10s with a picture of your 10 rods and your ones. So when we are using an open number line, if we are breaking our part into smaller parts to make groups of 10, we have to remember that we are taking away from our second part. So 50, we had 50 plus 41. So 50 plus 41, so that's 50 plus 40 plus 1. So what we had 0 ones. So 1, 1. That was what was left over. And 50 plus 40. So 5 tens plus 4 tens will make, what will it make, friends? It will make 90. And now we can put our tens and ones together, and 90 plus 1 makes 91. So Miss Mason expanded those numbers so I could see my ones and my groups of tens. Whoops. All right, so Miss Mason's going to fix this. A new group of 10. Okay, and now it says to look at model it on the previous page. So we're back to our open number line. It says, why do you first jump 2 spaces? What did we say that we did up top? Why did we add 2 to get to 50? So we could have a group of 10, right? So we jump those 2 those 2 spaces to get to the next group of 10, and we had 5 tens then. So we had 4 tens and 8 ones. We added 2 ones to make 5 groups of 10 to get to the next groups of 10. What number should you get if you add all the jumps? So if we add all the jumps, what will that be? So we have, I'm going to put 40 plus 2. So what's 40 plus 2? 42. Plus 1 more, 42, 43. So those jumps, 43. Why did we have those jumps? Think back to our story problem. What was 43 in our addition problem? It was our second part, right? So 43 was the part that we added. What was our other part in the problem? What was the part that they gave us to start with? Added to 48. Where is the answer on the open number line? So looking at our open number line, where would our answer go? It would be the whole at the end of the number line, right? So our open number line ends when we get to our whole. So we have 48. We added 2 to make an even group of 10. So we had 50. Then we added 4 groups of 10 to get to 90. Plus 1 more because we had 43 altogether, right? We had to add 43 to 48. We just broke 43 into smaller pieces, and we added that 1 to make 91. All right, and our last problem it's asking us to solve. It says Sam drives 39 miles north. Then she drives 28 miles east. How far did she drive altogether? Remember, if I have a word problem, I'm going to read it at least 2 times to know what my parts are or what my whole in a part is and if I am adding or subtracting. So I'm going to go back. Sam drives 39 miles north. Then she drives 28 miles east. How far does she drive all together? So all together means that I'm putting parts together. So I am adding. Very good, Smarties. All right, so our 2 parts are 39 and 28. I like to picture it. You can make a number sentence or you can make an open number line. So while we are solving this, think of which strategy works best for you. Miss Mason is going to show 2 strategies that are going to work best for me. So I am going to draw 39 and 28. So 39 has 3 tens because I looked at my first digit, 3 tens, so 10, 20, 30, and it has 9 ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I am adding 28. So I'm going to put 28 under here because if I line up my ones and my tens, if I have more than 10 in the ones place, I can circle a group of 10 and move it over to where it belongs. So now I'm going to draw 28. So in 28, how many tens do you have? We have 2 tens because I looked at my first digit. So that means I have 2 groups of 10 and I have 8 ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I am going to put those together. So looking at my ones place first, because I need to see if I have a 10 in my ones place. So looking at my ones place, I already see a group of 10. I see 5 and 5. And then I see 4 and 3. So what I am going to do is I am going to circle circle that group of 10, and that's going to move over to the tens place. So now we have 4 tens plus 2 tens. How many ones do I have left in my ones place? I moved that 10 to where it belongs. It belongs with the tens. How many ones do you have left over? I have 7 ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And how many tens do I have altogether? 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What number does that make altogether? What number is the same as 6 tens and 7 ones? 67. So 67 miles. Okay, I can also show this in a different way. I am going to show it by expanding my tens and ones. So what that means is I am going to show 39 as my groups of tens and my ones with an addition sentence. So in 39, I have 3 tens, which is the same as 30, plus 9 ones. With 28, that is 2 tens, so 10, 20. I'm going to line up my tens together, and 8 ones. Now I can add them all together. So 9 plus 8 is, how many did we say we had in our picture it? 17 ones. That's a big uh-oh, but we're going to keep going. So 30 plus 20, so that's 3 tens plus 2 tens would make 5 tens, which is the same as 50. Now I can have 50 plus 17. 17 has how many groups of 10? As one group of 10, and it has 7 ones left over. So 7 ones, and then 5 tens plus 1 10 makes 6 tens, which is the same as 60. So 60 plus 7 is 67. Whew! That was a lot of math, but I know as a good learner, I have to have a growth mindset and show my work and find strategies that work best for me. All right, Smarties, as always, keep that growth mindset because you are great learners that can do hard things. I will see you tomorrow with a new video and lesson. Happy learning and see you guys later.